Hello, I'm David Giller for Irish Muscle TV, and we are today in Limerick, and I'm speaking with Tony Browne. Hello, Tony.
How are you, Dev?
I'm not too bad, thanks very much. Today we actually train shoulders. You are 3 weeks out before the World Nabba Championship. How's your preparation, Tony?
It's going very good. Training with Adrian, so in Dominator Gym, so everything's going pretty good. Happy with everything, you know.
And what was your weight on the beginning? What is the weight right now?
Well, I haven't weighed myself right now. I haven't weighed myself since I started dieting. But when I started dieting about 10-12 weeks back, it's 96 kilos. So
okay.
If I'm there about, well, I wouldn't be there, like, so I'm a lot less. But
you're going to be competing in third class, isn't it?
Class 3, yeah, high class.
And do you know anything about your competition, that award?
I don't know about competitors. I know you've Niall Kinsella from Dublin. He's in it. Anyone else I don't know, you know.
Okay.
So,
I think you should just worry about yourself and how you look.
I mean, it's pointless worrying about other people because you're not going to get anywhere, you know.
Absolutely, you're right. Tell me, Tony, because your last show was Mr. Ireland, Nabba. You got the third place time. Did you have any goals what you would like to improve to that competition, to award?
Well, to compete last year, I decided to do a few competitions, which I did the Nabba Worlds. I qualified for the Universe, so I had 2 under my sleeve. And once I achieved that, afterwards, looking back at the Universe, I knew I had a few areas to catch up on. So I've trained literally every day, twice a day for that, and for a lot of the purposes to build up more, which I think I've achieved.
Oh, so you train twice a day? Is that just during your preparation, or that's also in your off-season?
Sometimes off-season, coming close by maybe 16-20 weeks out, I'd start my twice-a-day program, you know.
Okay, so that means that you train every single muscle part twice a week?
Would be roughly, yeah, approximately.
Okay. And what about cardio? Are you doing many cardio at this?
Cardio is about between 35 and 40 minutes a day. I split that as well.
And you're doing that after the weight training?
Before weight training. I do mine before, yeah.
Well, that's something new, which actually I know. Is that working for you?
Well, it's working for me. I mean, it's waking me up. There's not more than trying to train if your body isn't awake. 20-25 minutes on the bike does it for me, and treadmill in the evening time, the same does it for me here. So. And
are you training right here in the Dominator Gym, isn't it?
Dominator Gym. This is my gym. Our gym, I should say.
Okay, the owner of that gym is Adrian Wodolowski, who got the first place of novice class.
Young Pudanowski, as I call him. Yeah.
Why? Why is that?
His strength is unreal, very strong. Must be one of the strongest bodybuilders I've ever trained with.
I think that's a great place, you know, to train here, because 2 bodybuilders train here, you and Adrian, so it's a great opportunity for the other guys to come in here and train. You probably help a lot the other guys.
Well, we do, because we have a small knit community here, and it's like you tell them one guy, everybody listen, like, you know what I mean. We're all in it to help other people, and we share our thoughts, we share our training. I mean, we'll do something if it works. The next guy is going to do it, and it works for them. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Do something else, and everybody goes through that process, you know.
That's great, guys, that you're sharing your knowledge with other people, you know. But just want to back once again to your preparation. Tony, could you tell us something more about your diet? You know, how many meals a day you have? What type of meat are you having? What kind of type of protein, carbs?
Well, for the last, when I start off my diet 10-12 weeks, I'll have a mixture of proteins, which is steak, lean steak, sirloin, strip loin. I'll have turkey mince, turkey steak, chicken, egg whites, the normal. I'll mix them. I'll do a lot of double proteins per meal. Turkey mince, especially the last 4 or 5 weeks, I'm constantly doing turkey mince. I'll have steak before I train legs the evening beforehand for the creatine. I normally put 6-8 egg whites in my turkey when I'm cooking it. I have 2 proteins, it balances out everything. My carbs are, say, half a bag of whole grain rice with my first 2 meals, and then I have the rest of it in the evening time with another 2 meals. Plus I have the oatmeal, mix it with proteins, everything with water. It's basically simple. Broccoli, 400 grams a day, if not more. Turkey, 800 to 1200 grams a day in the last few weeks, as I say. Eggs, between 20-30 egg whites per day.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, just egg whites, like, you know, so that's what I kind of go for.
And what about supplements? Are you giving any supplements?
I use a gold standard whey coming into the show the last 3 or 4 weeks. I also use a nice protein mix as well with my oatmeal at night time. It helps me sleep. It contains the calcium, slow release. I take my multivitamins. I take my calcium, magnesium, extra magnesium for soreness in the muscle because I'm training continuously. So everything is soreness. I'll take my vitamin C, a lot of. I take also chromium, natural fat burner for mineral, thiamine, extra B vitamins, and so on and so forth, whatever I can. I use Uda's oil, rapeseed oil in my food, add a bit of fruit here and there.
So we can say a bit of everything, but that's what actually you need, during the preparation.
I mean, you have to. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you have to run it on pure foods. You know what I mean? And it does work. You know what I mean? It does.
It's true. It's true. Tony, could you tell us, because many people actually recognize you, knows you because you competed many years, but for the people who actually doesn't know you, could you tell us something about your achievement? When did you start training your bodybuilding? When was your first show?
My first, I'm going back a while. I'm 43 anyway, by the way. My first show was 94, first timers. I was second in that. My second show was 95. I was third in that. I stopped competing and I stopped training from start to 96 to 99 through injuries and everything else. I went back in 2000. I competed in the Spring Classics. I was against Neil Browne and Famous. I was second in that intermediate when they had an intermediate class RBBF at the time. And then on to, I think, that year, I think Kinsley's last show was the senior category, and I was third in that. Kinsley was second, and some other guy up in Dublin was first. After that, the following year I competed in Dublin National Championships. A guy from the north beat me, Philip Montgomery, for second place. There was only two of us in the seniors anyway. And I think that was it until 2005. August we ran a show between Nabba and RBBF combined for the Kieran Sheedy Memorial. Kieran was a friend of ours who died tragically. Powerlifter, so it was a great thing for us and the lads to run it that day. Ran fabulous. So I won the under-90s. It was roughly my first show I won. It was 2005. I won the under-90s and I won the overall. I competed then again in the Nabba in September and qualified for the Universe. So I did the Universe 2005. That was a great show for me. But I qualified for the Worlds in June of the following year, which was the first time they were held in Ireland. Paul Browne ran them in Dublin in the Helix in 2006 in June, 11th of June 2006. And there, that was my last competition. I stopped in for a few years after 2006. I went back training, came back training here late 2008, 2009. And I put the head down for a while and went over my head what I was doing wrong and started training advice with Adrian as well. I mean, I'm not too old to take advice. Trust me, I do take it.
Everyone from us actually needed, I think so.
If a young guy knows something I don't know, well, it has to work,
Absolutely, that's great. That's such a, great bodybuilder as you are, still have open, your eyes and your mind, and still.
Well, you kind of have to, because you can get stuck in a rut. It's easy to get stuck in a rut. You can get stuck in a rut with your training, where you can continue doing the same thing over and over again, and you're going to keep your same shape. You're not going to expand it. You're not going to stimulate muscle growth. Your body knows it's going to be training legs when it goes into training legs. You know what I mean? If you start shocking it, training twice a day, it's going to have to wake up and respond. Make it respond. As I say, train it and feed it. Train it and feed it. And that's the way it runs, And take advice from people that are, say, oh, geez, this guy has fabulous biceps. Ask him how he's getting them. And try it for a few weeks. I mean, if it's, try it and see will it work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't suit you. But try, work out things. You can't forsake. You're still training your muscle anyway. It's not going to make any difference, You've only got 2 heads in a bicep, not 8,
Definitely, I get a couple of good advice from you, so definitely I try myself. Listen, Tony, we would like to wish you all the best on the World Championship. We hope, that you do very well, and thank you for your time, and it was a pleasure to work with you. And thanks very much, guys. That was David Guller and Tony Browne for Edge Muscle TV.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.